Hey, welcome to the Bluejay Banter post-game show. We are live at Let It Fly. This place is rocking, obviously, after Big J's win 85-82. Thanks for joining us on YouTube. If you're watching, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And also, you can go to the chat feature down below, send in your questions. We'll answer them as quickly as you send them in. So please do that. Thank you very much. Want to just give a quick shout out to our sponsors, Care Minders Home Healthcare, Equitable Bank, and Godfather's Pizza. 85-82 Jays win, and we are happy and privileged to have assistant coach Jeff Vanderloo with us. Hey, Coach, great win.
Thanks a lot. I wasn't real sure how that one was going to go tonight, and then all of a sudden Kalkbrenner gets hurt, and I'm going, oh baby, yeah. We all had the same feeling.
But, you know, they kind of held that 2-3 to 1 lead all through the half. Then we went on that beautiful 4-point run where we had the beautiful bounce pass into Kalk for the slam. They called timeout, and after that, we kind of took control.
Yeah, I did. We did a pretty good job there. Just we got to get a few more stops, and especially there was a stretch there where we really we didn't even force them to make hard shots or take time on the clock shots. So it's great win. That's a really good team offensively. I think they were #1 in the country with their pace and all that. So the nice thing about playing them is you don't have to play defense very long because they're going to shoot in the first. I believe it's 14 to 16 seconds. They're going to shoot it up. So you don't have to play tons of defense or don't have to play it very long. But there was a while there we didn't get the stops that we probably needed. But it all worked out in the end.
Well, I was at practice the other day, and you guys were working a lot of things. One of them was running them. You know, make sure you're out on that 3-point shot. Tonight they went 4-22. You had to be thrilled with that.
Super thrilled. Actually, there was a time I was suggesting, why don't we play zone a little bit to try to get them slowed down, so they weren't going right to the hoop all the time. And Mac is like, we can't let them get feeling good about themselves at the arc, which I understand,
Yeah. So you got overruled.
Oh, I get overruled every day, whether it's at my house or at practice or wherever. I get overruled all day long.
We gotta say his lovely wife is here, so see, I wouldn't say that if my wife was here, but okay, do what you want.
Yeah.
Do what you want. Do what you want.
Yep.
Hey, from my perspective, when Kalkbrenner goes down, don't you feel like this year our team is good enough to hold it down?
Yeah, they did, and Fred came in and did a really good job. And we put Isaac at the 5 for a while, and then we even put Jason Green at the 5.
Yeah.
And I know we kind of threw Jason into a tough situation because he really hasn't been a 5. And then today Jason wakes up sick. It wasn't even a practice this morning, so we weren't even thinking Jason was going to come to the game tonight.
Wow!
And all of a sudden he was there, came later, and kind of fought through it. And Mac's like, "You feel good enough to go?" And Jason's like, "Yep." Get on in there.
Got a huge putback.
Really nice putback. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
What do you think about, from my perspective, I look at that game as it's rare that you see a team get beat up so bad physically but still win a game. You kind of think about the last game and how that was physical. Going forth, are you worried about teams keen on physicality to try to stop our team from playing?
Well, that's certainly one thing they can do to us, and I mean, we got to get used to it and stuff like that. But we always kind of find a way. Baylor actually does a very good job of rebounding for his size.
He does.
And he's really a 3, but we have him guard the 4s a lot. Just because he is a little more physical than Mason. And Isaac has gotten a lot more physical even in the last month, and it's like every time he plays, he continues to grow and grow and grow.
He keeps saying that.
Yeah,
he keeps saying that.
And I mean, if he can continue that, he'll give us a huge boost to physicality too. And I mean, we got little guards. Steven's little. Franny's not super big, but those two dudes are. They're fighters. Especially
Farabello. I feel like he's stepped up with his responsibility of ball handling and maintaining, because a lot of times, and maybe it's just Steven is trying to get acclimated to this style of play that we play here and things like that, but I feel like I'm starting to trust Fran a lot up top. To kind of facilitate things a little bit.
When Fran was younger and when he was in early high school and stuff, he was a point guard, a ball handling, passing point guard. What he was, and then he kind of went to TCU and kind of became supposedly a standstill shooter.
Okay.
And so he spent a lot of his time playing on his FIBA teams and stuff, being a point guard.
Okay.
So he's fine, and Stevens played the point, and Trey can play the point. So when those three were in there together, we really got 3 point guards out there that can all kind of handle it. And then you get Baylor all of a sudden now is at the 4, and he can handle it really well for a 4. So we had a lot of luck getting Baylor downhill tonight.
Yeah, that's an unsung type thing. Yeah. People don't give that enough credit. I mean, the way that game was looking, I was kind of afraid with Baylor having 3 or 4 fouls. I forgot what he had, but I felt like once he went out, like who's going to kind of balance the floor a little bit, you know? So, no, I didn't know that about Fran. That's what's up.
Yeah. And when Baylor got his 4th foul, Mac looked at me. I said, that's 4.
4,
and he's like, should we get him out? And I said, no. And out.
Overruled.
that was just one defensive possession.
So to get his
you
answer,
defense,
right?
To his point, you were on
That's
defense.
funny.
Correct.
And then he flipped back around.
Right.
And the
because
under
the
timeout
was coming.
Sound like somebody else used to treat like that. What you think, Josh?
I see.
Oh, okay. Nope.
Josh, I seen today. I was watching somebody put out our old Alabama game. I think you were guarding the guy at the end of the game that missed the 3.
Yeah.
I was like,
really?
I didn't know Josh even played defense like that. I thought you were a shooter, man.
Oh man, I'm like Fran.
Do you want to ask Josh what really happened there?
We were in 2-3 zone.
No, yeah. So I'll tell him about it. So what happened, if you don't know? So Alabama, we was trying to give them a different look. Did they call timeout, right?
First round of the NCAA tournament.
They called timeout. I forgot if we
57-56
we were down 1.
Yeah, so we
up 1. Sorry.
First of all, I missed some free throws. So Mac was like, "Man, you got to get this back for us." You know, so I felt the pressure of like, "Man, if I don't get this back, they're gonna blame me for decades." So the plan was to come out man to man, but then they read that, and so Max said, "Go matchup zone," but as soon as he passed it, go man. And so he was confused, and so he didn't know what to do. So that's why he ended up
tried to drive.
Yeah, but he didn't know what we was in. And so I got a contest.
So he went up there and Josh fouled
I got to stop, bro.
Josh fouled him and
Josh
they didn't call
good,
it.
too.
Yeah, man. Now I got a father figure. You feel me?
See, he left that part out. He's told me that part. He goes, I fouled him.
Yeah, I did.
There was a bump there.
I did. We all went to the locker room like, woo! Yeah, for sure. That was fun. Fun.
I was on the next morning. I was on with Alabama radio.
Charles Barkley kept it real. He said it was a foul.
I was on with Alabama radio the next morning. Boy, did they lambaste me. I go, no, he didn't foul. He fouled that clean.
I got him right here on the wrist.
Right.
Straight up. Yeah.
Then I told him, I said, you're not going to come up and poison our trees, are you? Click. He hung up on me.
Yeah, right.
All right, Big J's win 85-82. Sears averaging over 21 a game. He held him to 19. He got a lot late. I thought we did a great job until very late in the game.
I thought Steven probably played his best defensive game, did a great job on him, and Franny did a great job on him. It was both of them. I was very impressed. And then it's always nice to have Big Ryan standing back there, and he drives it in there, and I think he looks and he dribbles it right back out.
Everybody, not just him.
Yeah.
I remember Tominaga did like 3 circles when we played Nebraska.
So what about Kalk? I mean, he got the ankle injury, came in the locker room. I was kind of worried that he never came out. I'm like, comes out, he goes. He played a terrific
Fantastic. Yeah, he was way more mobile than I thought. At halftime, I said, how you doing? He said, I'm probably about 80%. And I said, oh, you're still good at 80%.
Yeah.
You know, I said, just try to make 2 plays at once. And, man, he did. He probably made 2 plays where he could guard a guy and drop over and help block shots as well as he has all year with the bad ankle.
He had 3 blocks tonight.
Yeah.
What do you think about a lot of free throws were missed at crucial points?
Right.
Do you think that was from the physicality, just wearing the players down, or was it just off night?
Yeah, we were certainly some of it was being tired, but I mean some of those guys. Anytime Baylor misses a free throw, I think I'm shocked.
For sure.
You know, and he missed a couple tonight. But,
Trey too.
Yeah, and we were 8 for 13.
But we ended up 21 and 29.
Sorry, they were 8 for 13.
Yeah, I mean,
we were 21 for 29.
No, I said at crucial time.
Back to Mac's point.
Yeah.
He always likes to make more than the other team attempted.
Right, and
that was 8 tonight. That was huge. Huge difference.
Well, one thing that really matters is we're not a fouling team.
Yeah.
It cracks me up every single game we go into. The other team's coach is bitching that the foul. Look at the fouls. They're not close. They're not close. Honestly, it's because we don't foul.
That's facts.
We don't
That's
foul.
Facts. I give you that.
You know, and so they're always the one time I said to the ref, "What's he complaining about down there?" He says, "Oh, he thinks that you guys are fouling him." You know.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Mac's biggest thing is play without fouling.
No, he's all about.
He always say that.
Yeah. And these are Big East refs, and that's what cracked me up is a lot of times, like some of the calls tonight on both teams. When we play Wednesday, they're not going to call that.
No.
They're not blowing that whistle.
No.
Tonight they're blowing it all night long. That's always kind of humorous.
They came out early and went bam, bam, bam.
Yep.
So then you got to stay with it. You can't all of a sudden not call stuff.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
How do you adapt? Because this is just a thing that's just constantly in my mind every time we play a team that's physical. Like, what are we? Because it's not like I'm not going as far as saying our team is soft. I'm just saying like whenever we get into physicality, especially off of ball screens, like do you think it's a thing about like teaching poise in those scenarios to stay persistent in the assignment, or what do you think it is?
Mac, first of all, is going to play the analytics. He's going to say, well, you guys continue to try to make hard twos on us. He's all about that.
Right.
And as long as they're making hard twos on us, last year at North Carolina State, that one dude, he made like 18 hard twos on us. You know?
No doubt.
And everybody's freaking out. We got to change the ball screen. We got to do this and that. And he was just like, no, they can't make enough of those to beat us. They cannot make enough hard twos to beat us, and
that makes sense.
You know, and so he's very patient with us, and he's very trusting of the analytics part of it. You know, and it's like if you can make 40 hard twos, you're going to beat us, but you're not going to do that.
And that's what fans don't see. You know, like I feel like sometimes I ask questions because since I used to play, people behind me be, Josh, what you think? And I just can't explain what you're saying.
Right.
So I ask questions according to what people are saying to me, just so you can.
Right.
Answer
way
for
that
everybody
you
else.
get beat, or the way Mac believes you get beat, is by giving up threes.
Right.
And, you know, then we're going to go down and try to get threes.
Yeah.
And the threes are going to be better than the twos eventually if you both make the same amount. So.
Right.
And something you guys didn't practice on Friday, too. I remember Mac saying, hey, look, somebody in practice went in and did a floater about 8 feet, and he goes, we don't want that.
Right.
They want us to take that shot. We'll take that shot with 2 seconds on the shot clock. I thought we did a great job of that tonight.
Right.
We didn't take their bait.
Right.
So to speak, and we worked for the shot that we wanted.
Yes, and Trey is really one guy that's over his career has made that shot.
Yeah.
And I thought tonight he did a good job of taking it late, and I thought he looked like the Trey that
of
we
old,
he's back to himself.
Yeah.
You know, I'm really the most impressed with Baylor. I feel like he's gotten better. I think he's doing a lot of things that he haven't done in his career since he's played. The coast-to-coast transition is lovely.
Right.
The aggressiveness trying to get downhill. I think if he his greatest thing that I appreciate him guarding that 4 spot.
Yeah.
Like that's sometimes you like, and there's no shade to the 4s you got.
Right.
But like he's kind of stepping up in the area, saving their ass.
Yeah, a little bit.
To be honest,
he does. Yeah,
like
there's days.
He's overall like he's most improved to me.
Right. No, and he has. And what I always tell people is that, especially like pro scouts, that Baylor is a great. He's a really good player. You don't realize how good a player he is. He's good on offense. He's a good passer. He's good. I mean, he's of course a good shooter.
Yeah.
And defensively, he's been great. I mean, we played Nebraska. He guarded Rank Mass, their center.
I know.
You know,
I was shocked.
And did a great job on it.
Yeah, for sure. Because most guards don't want that drama.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
I sat next to a couple of scouts during practice one day.
Yep.
They were blown away with Baylor. They were like.
Just the things that, like the small things, or what?
That guy is just a great basketball player.
He really is. And
overall, like they go. Everybody thinks he's just a shooter, but he can do it all.
Yeah, he has the best nose for the ball off the glass.
He does.
Any player I think I've ever dealt with that can just go get rebounds. And
because he just focuses on the ball.
He goes. He just got a great feel for it.
Yeah, he does things that like the stats don't show.
Right. And
things that like other players naturally don't do.
Right.
And I think that's what makes him special. Like, so I think that he's been huge in a lot of your greatest wins thus far this season, and I feel like he's going to be huge down the stretch. One thing I am looking forward to see him try to do is kind of what Trey is doing. There's going to be a point in time where I feel like Trey is not going to have his best game, and Baylor's going to have to play that role.
Right.
So that's kind of yet to come. I mean, he's been consistent, but that next level was getting that extra 8 to 10 points.
Yeah, really the only time we've been beat this year is when they both have an off night together.
I know.
But if we can kind of get one of
them. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And the other thing about Steven, too, you know, I've been on Steven's bandwagon the whole time. People have been kind of,
jumping off.
We're not sure about this. Boy, what a big three he hit tonight.
But look, though.
And then he came back with the free throws.
Yeah, he's right. I mean, you can see it when he hit that big three. He kind of yelled like, y'all been hating on me. Like, I felt that. I was like, yeah, I feel you, bro. Like, it was good for him.
Sounds like a guy who's had it.
I know. Yeah, like, because he got to be watching me, or he just, like, he understands, like, what people, because when he came, people like, wow, that percentage. But he's been really good at facilitating. I feel like he sometimes over dribble, you know, but they're trying to get his feel, but to finally come alive.
And late in games.
That boy can shoot the basketball. They can say whatever they want about Steven. That boy can shoot the basketball.
Yeah.
And late in games, how great is it? You get the ball in his hands. It's 2 free throws.
Right.
He going to make a free throw. He ain't going to turn it over.
Free throw.
And then when he start hitting that three, because right now, like, I mean, it's a long season, but I just feel like game by game, now he got his shooting legs under him.
Yeah.
Big time. I love it.
But we got Villanova coming in.
I was going to say, Mick Cronin tried to give us a scouting report on Villanova, and I was like, boy, Mick, you couldn't be more wrong with the dog and Dixon. Dixon's killed us.
Yep, he has. We've left him alone a little bit, and
yeah,
you know, Dixon's a hard guard for Ryan because Dixon wants to hang out that perimeter all the time. So I guess the best thing, hopefully, that Justin Moore's not hurt badly and he'll be back. But I hope he's out for one more game.
Yeah, no doubt.
Exactly.
Yeah,
because
respectfully,
he's a stud. But we haven't, to be honest, we haven't seen the Justin Moore of 2 years ago yet.
What a phenomenal player! What a phenomenal player!
Yeah. But they've been able though to rise to the occasion against really talented teams.
Because they've
just had trouble beating teams in Philly.
Yeah, for sure.
Really good team. I mean, at the beginning of the year, I had them picked in the top couple of teams in the league.
Top three.
Yeah, they're good. I think they've got a bunch. They're old because they brought in a bunch of fifth-year guys, and they got a really good team that's talent-wise as good as anybody in the league.
I swear to God, some of those guys have been there 6, 7. Dixon seems like
it
he's
feel like it, bro.
Yeah. No doubt.
And one team that I know they're not actually there yet. It seems like UConn is still got NCAA tournament fumes or something.
They got something going on
man, they
now.
playing at a high level.
They
look
really good. Yeah,
for sure.
They're playing
man.
high confidence. They whipped Gonzaga last night. They're good.
I'm excited. I actually cheer for our conference teams because it makes. For everybody out there that binge watch Netflix, I wish we can have a basketball series, watching all the Big East teams, and then when they come together through the eyes of Creighton. I want everybody to win, so it'll be that much better when they play us.
Yeah. I understand your thinking. There's a couple I have a really hard time cheering for. But yeah,
sure.
I'm with you all the way.
No doubt.
I hope UConn wins them all.
Yeah.
Except for 2.
Yep.
Except for 2.
Yep. Now and then.
As Mac pointed out the other day, he's 6-1 against you.
Yep.
He's not going to forget that.
No.
Yeah.
All right, Lou. Thanks so much for joining us. Really appreciate it.
You guys.
My guy, man.
Lou's Appearance is sponsored by Caroliner's Home Healthcare, our title sponsor, and couldn't be happier that they're our title sponsor. When you're in need of care for injured or ill or senior loved one, reach out to Careminders. Their agency is comprised of certified caregivers who have many years of experience. You'll receive versatile, flexible, and customized care for your comfort, peace of mind, and well-being. Give them a call, 402-532-1383, or go to caremindersnebraska.com. Check them out. Jim's a big, huge Creighton fan, and you'll be glad you did when you do. All right. Josh, what did you think about the game?
I thought it was very entertaining, like I was just saying, that Netflix thing. At the end of the day, where I'm at in my life, man, I'm definitely a Jays fan. But I just love good basketball. And I think overall about that game, it was very competitive and entertaining to watch from a perspective of our team. It's rare that you see a team get beat up so much but still win a game like that.
Yeah.
You know? And
well, I want to ask you about that because you brought that up.
Yeah.
Did you think that they were really physical with us?
No, I feel like
I didn't think they were. I thought they were more like they wanted to play more like our style.
Yeah, they were more. I consider them more aggressive. I guess in a sense, I know you like physical, aggressive, the same.
Yeah.
But what I mean by aggressive is they pressed up on the ball.
Yeah.
But Rice Sales still gave Trey enough space to do what he wanted to do. You know,
to me, that was wasted energy.
It was.
Where their press was
Exactly.
they just let us get it in.
Yeah,
if you're not going to let us get in, why press? Just
press?
Go back.
That's what I'm trying to say.
That.
Yeah, and so the physicality standpoint I came from was, is it the 3, 4, and 5 spot? I feel like everybody is giving Kalkbrenner their best shot, and I feel like they're really trying their best to out-jump him because they can't box him out. And sometimes I think it wears and tears on him. And then when the guards are all you got to do is just be aggressive and just show some dummy physicality to the guards. And it makes the whole game unorthodox and different and harder for us to grind out. So I just kind of feel like we need to really just continue to work on being poised with aggressive. People look at us and feel like, man, if you just be aggressive to Creighton, you might have a chance. We just need to work on being poised, coming off the screens, and don't get too sped up when we're handling from the guard spot.
What I liked tonight was we didn't allow them, especially Sears, we didn't allow him to get to the basket.
I know. I
Baylor,
agree. Yeah.
Ashworth, whoever was on him did a great job.
And Lou said it right. I mean, Lou was keying on as long as we don't let him do his thing, then we have a greater opportunity. I mean, you got to give credit to everybody who took a swing at him. You know, I honestly feel like, and we'll get to that part with the worst calls of the night, but I just kind of feel like the way the flow of the game was played, I just really feel like we just have to continue to grind and work on being poised because every team is going to give us their best shot aggressively. On the ball. On the ball. On ball. I just keep looking at on ball defense. And every time since the last 2 games, it's been more of a grind because they're making our guards work that much harder.
I thought this was really a gut check for us, though, because especially when Kalk went out of the game,
we
had to put Jason Green in. We had to play Isaac at the 5.
And that's no disrespect. But you're right. You're 100%.
Because we had to give Fred a break at some point.
Yeah.
And to gut that out and get through that stretch and go to halftime tied.
Right.
That's huge.
Yeah. And Mason didn't play as much in that stretch, right? Right. And so from that perspective to me.
The only time he played was when Trout was at the 5, Mason was at the 4.
Okay.
So we had a little more size.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I kind of feel like Coach Mack I think what Jason did tonight, you'll see a lot more of for the simple fact that I think we're going to be in that scenario a lot more than less as the game's go on.
It's incredible to find out that Jason wasn't feeling well, too.
I know.
To get thrown into that. That's crazy.
I know. And I walked by him doing halftime shoot-around, and he just kind of looked like he was there. I was like, man, maybe I'm thinking in my mind, like maybe he bummed out because, he's had like a roller coaster of things happen in the game. But no, he was sick.
Okay, this just dawned on me. It's totally off topic.
Yep.
All right, when the guys do the putting contest, I noticed tonight the camera was right behind him. That breaks big time to the right.
Right.
Did you notice that putt?
Oh, I did. I was standing right there.
He almost made it in the right hole.
Yeah, no. But the thing is, the way that the court is.
Which is weird because I think that would break away from the river, which normally we always thought it broke toward the river.
Exactly.
Us golfers.
We're and he was certain that he was going to. He was certain that he was going to make it because he said, man, I work on this shot all the time.
He works on a 94-foot putt.
That's what he said. But probably just pumping me up, hyping me up. It was all fun, man. But to be honest, I just feel like it was a groove in the court.
Really?
Yeah, man. Yeah, right. It was fun. For sure.
I'm sorry.
It's all good.
I just thought of that. I was like, wow, that really broke off to the right there.
Yeah, right.
The court kind of took it. But, again, Sears had averaged 21. He had 19. Grant Nelson had 13. I thought we did a good job. Sears and Nelson went 2 of 10 from 3.
Man, we made it work. They earned it.
You told me that before the game. I'd say we win by 15.
True. Yeah, right. Exactly. But at the same time, I feel like if you had told me that Kalkbrenner was going to go down.
Oh, yeah. I'd say we were done.
Yeah, exactly. And that was good. I'm all about, during the journey, adversity happening in certain areas and seeing how we actually adapt or respond to it. And last year when Kalkbrenner went down, then we would lose 6 games or something like that.
Yeah. He was out of the lineup for 4 of them.
Yeah. And now I feel like this year we actually, I don't want to say the phrase can play without him, but I feel like we can hold our own and sustain things, especially with Baylor playing at the 4 a little bit,
Okay, let's get to that unsung hero, and it's sponsored by Bluejay Banter. BluejayBanter.com. If you're not a member, please go and be a member today. You're missing out on a lot of great stuff, inside information, great recruiting information, man. We have the best, and we have the most interactive message board around in Omaha as far as for Creighton. So go there today, BluejayBanter.com. Sign up. And by the way, we got a great merchandise spread. Late Christmas gifts. Go on there. You can find some great. Schmitty's got a shirt he bought on that site. Man. There it is. That's pretty cool looking, man.
That's what's up.
Yeah. So go there today, BluejayBanter.com. Unsung hero. Who do you think it was? Who?
Let me think about that.
I am gonna go with. You know, we always go to the same two guys, but I'm going to kind of go with Mason tonight.
Why?
Because Mason hit a big three, kind of on the move, too.
Okay.
He was on the move, hit a big three. He scored 6 points. And I remember at one point, he kept a possession alive by getting a huge rebound, offensive rebound.
I feel like my unsung hero is not even a player, it's a play in the game.
All right, I like it.
There was a play in the game when there was a lob from one of the guards. It might have been Ashworth, but to Kalkbrenner. The whole momentum of the arena and the game had changed from that swing when Kalkbrenner caught that lob and put the ball in the hole. I forgot who the player was who threw it, though. It's killing me. It's going to come back to me at some point. I don't know. I'll put it on Twitter.
All right.
But, yeah, sometimes if you watch the game and you kind of get the momentum of how things are, one thing I did like about Alabama and their players, there was a big play that was made, and then they would come down and try to compete against the momentum, not even actually who was in front of them. And I feel like that's, to me, some coaches may not consider that smart as a basketball player, but I think it's high basketball IQ.
Sears hit that big three after we hit a three.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But he maliciously went down to shoot that shot. And then he took another one right after that.
And then he missed it. Yeah.
And so what I'm trying to say is that point in the game when there was a lob to Kalkbrenner, that literally, we got a few stops after that, I believe one before that, but in that transition play when he threw that lob, that play was worth more than so many other plays in the game because it made the whole team come alive.
That 10 seconds where we was a tie game, we had a lob to Kalk, then we got the rebound, and then a beautiful bounce pass. That was a huge, and then Oates practically ran out to mid-court to call timeout. He's like, I'm stopping this right now.
Yeah, all that stuff matters. Really, the game is about runs. Yeah. If you play the game in segments and think about next play in moments, you'll really understand how some of those big plays like the lob and stuff like that make a big difference. So that's my unsung hero, the lob
to Kalkbrenner. There's your unsung hero, the lob to Kalkbrenner.
Yep.
But he doesn't know who did it, but we'll figure it out later.
Yep.
All right, worst call of the game.
Worst call of the game?
Don't you agree with what I said to Lou about that?
I feel
usually it's Big E, like Wednesday night.
I feel you. Yeah.
Half those fouls called tonight will not be called.
They won't. Exactly.
And it was so weird. Tonight, they just called them all.
How is the SEC played though? I know they like to play up and down.
SEC's not as physical as Big East.
Nah, I don't think so.
But I mean, it's just refereeing styles. These guys generally let a lot of that go. That one Baylor got that was right in front of me. Baylor got it, and I said, he sold it. He fell down. I said, Wednesday, that's not going to be a foul.
Yeah.
And there was calls on the other end, too.
Both ways.
Yeah.
I heard people in the stands talking about, man, we need new refs the second half. Man, so, I mean, honestly.
Who'd you have? Let me get
Who, me?
Siaza. Tony Siaza was out there. I know that.
From the ref perspective.
He's a ref that does a lot of Big East games.
I'm not going to say they were bad refs. I just feel like
Cafferty's the other guy. McCocker.
Would you say they let him? Did they let him play? You think they let him play? I don't think they let him play. There was multiple people from both teams.
No. They blew a quick whistle.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
But like Lou said, you got to get used to that.
True. I just feel like it was too much whistle blowing. Pause. I just feel like there was too many, there was a lot of calls on the Alabama foremen that, I feel like necessarily weren't foul calls. And then there were calls on our team, too, on our guards that should not have been called, the way they called it, to me personally. So I just feel like worst call in the game wasn't nothing specific. I just think overall it was just a little, I'm not going to say touch fouls. It's just some stuff you just got to let them play through.
And the tightness of the game really wore into Alabama because then they got in huge foul trouble.
Huge foul trouble, exactly.
Right. They had to pull both their bigs out at one point. They had to pull Nelson out.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Favorite or us, but dang.
Yeah. Because they had, they had Muhammad fouled out. Pringle fouled out.
Yep.
They had three other players with three
Low
fouls.
key, that helped us win.
Yeah.
I'm going to just be honest with you. And sometimes just as a basketball fan, I'm like, gosh, man.
The only thing with Alabama, though, they just wheel athletes off the bench.
They
do.
It's
like, all right, that guy's out. All right, that guy. Yeah, we'll just put another 6'8" athlete in there.
Yeah, they just want to. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was proud of Latrell Ricel Jr. That's my guy.
He got off to a bad start. He got 3 fouls early.
He did, but the way he finished the game, I felt like he played enough for him to say the fouls. I mean, the fouls put him in a position where he was slow, but, like, he got some reps out there after a while. Just as an Omaha kid, I really wanted him out there. I didn't want him to win, but, I mean, I did, but I didn't. Morally at heart, Central guy, but it was good to see him out there and play, but
oh, absolutely.
Yeah, but no, I just think the fouls was just a little bit too much. It was I don't know, man. Somebody was betting on this game. The way they're calling them fouls, like somebody was betting.
All right, and that was Worst Call of the Game is sponsored by Equitable Bank. We take banking personally. Big time sponsor of Bluejay Banter and Bluejay Banter post game. They are so great with customer service. So the Bank of Bluejay Banter, if you're looking for a new bank, this is the place to go. No minimum balance, free online bill pay. They have 2 great locations, a Pierce Street location in Elkhorn, a beautiful new upscale look, kind of a cafe look when you walk in there. It's beautiful. And then also the original bank just south of the Schwab headquarters in Old Mill. So check them out today. That's Equitable Bank. We take banking personally, and they do answer the phone on the first ring. We are hoping
Kalkbrenner pull up.
We are hoping Mr. Kalkbrenner will show up at some point here.
Mm-hmm.
With the ankle thing, he probably get some treatment. We did get a text saying, yeah, he'll be there. Might be a little bit, but he'll be there. So we're good. So we're going to move ahead to opponent preview.
All right.
Villanova Wildcats. What do you think, Josh?
2 words came to my mind. Can't wait.
Really?
Honestly, yeah, man. I mean, like, about time it was time to play in the Big East. I feel like every other conference has started conference play, like I'm ready to rock, That's just the only way I see it, man. What about you?
Yeah, it's always a scary game for me.
It is.
That Dixon's been there forever, and he can step out like Lou said.
I'm going to tell you the truth. Nixon, low-key, has Kalkbrenner's number.
Yeah.
Straight up. Like,
and he's a big enough dude where he can get a lot of rebounds and take you down low, but yet he can shoot that 3.
Right.
He's always been a struggle, like Lou said, for Kalkbrenner.
He has. And the thing is, it's not just about the 3, though. The dude is like, he's not a dog, but he hold his own. Like he does play hard, but he's not like Alabama jumping out the gym, man. But that dude is solid, and I feel like he's super confident in himself.
Yes.
And when he looks across at Kalkbrenner, he just instantly wants to try to take it to him.
And you got 2 guys in him and Moore who've been in
the
program
forever.
So they know each other.
Exactly.
They know where everybody's going to be. They know what they want.
Right. I don't want this to be a game where I feel like, oh, man, it's good. I've always heard a saying by actually, you know who Martise Ivy is?
No.
She's a legend. Went to Omaha Central female basketball legend, high school basketball Hall of Fame, played for the Huskers. Probably the best female basketball player out of the state of Nebraska. She always says to me, what's the point of having a home if you can't take care of your house? So I say that to say, I hope that Kalkbrenner is he's a good dude, nice dude, but I hope he's thinking about Dixon because Dixon's thinking about him.
Yeah.
That's all I'm just trying to say.
Yeah. Well, Kalk's getting to be a senior now. He's probably got,
right,
some axes to grind there. And,
yeah, right, for sure. But one thing I like about him, he's kind of he just plays solid basketball. He's one of those guys where, you can really tell how he feel in his face. And it's with a guy like him, I'm learning that you got to go to him about 4 or 5 times early to keep him in a game.
The other thing I think we need to do is we need to get him out running.
Yeah.
Because he wears down.
He wears down. Yeah. I agree. And that's why I said, if you go to him the first 3-4 possessions at a time, he gets some buckets, he have an extra burst of energy. The crowd is going to be crazy. But I feel like if you don't get it as consistent early and then Dixon get out, I just feel like Dixon's going to run with him, and Kalk is going to run down, and he's going to have to get a second win.
By the way, so I want to point out a couple things. So let's go back to Wednesday night.
Yep.
Obviously, we're going to retire Doug's jersey. That's going to take place at 7:40 on the court. So you want to get in your seats by 7:30.
Right.
So think of it as a 7:30 tip, not an 8 o'clock tip.
Right.
I know it's a Wednesday, but that'll give you plenty of time to come here to Let It Fly, have something to eat, have something to drink, and then head on over to the arena and get in your seat by 7:30.
Is it weird that not even weird, man. I mean, I'm just saying, Doug's jersey going in those rafters, I feel like I'm in the rafters. Because, like, I just remember the moment
that's what he wants
in the practice.
He wants you,
yeah, because I made
everybody
his
he
ass. I made
played
no,
with.
Playing.
Everybody he played with, he wants that. He said that in a press conference. I was on a Zoom with him, and he said, it's not about me. It's all the guys I played with. And he goes, I'm looking forward to seeing those guys. I hope they appreciate and take joy in my number going up there.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, like every practice, every game, every time Coach Mack had to – sometimes I think he put the extra sauce of being his dad on there when he used to tear into him.
Sure.
You know, but, like, just everything he went through as a player to get himself in the rafters. He scored the points. We won the games, but we all did it together, bro. So, no, I mean, for sure. And I'm with it. Yeah.
By the way, so I think I put out on Twitter today if you haven't seen it. So, tonight, Coach Lou. Hopefully here we're going to have Ryan Kalkbrenner join us. Then Monday on Bluejay Banter, we're going to have Coach Derek Kellogg with us.
Tight. That's my guy, DK.
So he's going to
write a book. He should write a book.
We're going to talk to him a lot about the Calipari years.
Come on, man.
Ask him some questions.
Yeah.
And then Wednesday, we're going to have Jalen's going to be with us.
Courtney Williams.
JCW, as we like to call him.
For sure.
He's going to be with us. And Stephen Ashworth is going to be our player.
Finally. Yeah.
Yes.
And you know how I am. I'm the keep the same energy guy. So I'm going to say a lot of these things to him when I see him just to let people know that I don't switch up.
Yeah.
You know, you got to, though. You got to stand on what it is because, honestly, it's just fuel to the fire. I would love for him to take something from me and be motivated by it or, like, talk to me about his perspective of what he's seeing or going through that my opinion may be different about.
Right.
You feel me?
So
I'm excited about
hoping,
it. Yeah.
We're going to efforting.
Doug, he coming.
This guy right here is going to effort Doug. So put it on
he
Josh.
He coming.
Josh is going to be the guy.
I got you. We're going to deliver
He's
a
going to
Doug
be right up
McDermott
here.
interview.
We're going to go get him. We'll bring him in here for 10 minutes.
We're going to deliver it.
We'll do twice.
15 minutes.
We'll do twice as long as his jersey hanging ceremony because that's supposed to be 5 minutes. His dad
5 minutes?
His dad told him, he said, Doug, it's only going to be 5 minutes.
What?
That's what he said.
If my jersey going up, y'all might not have a game until I get my hey, shout out to my man Phil, Zach. I'm plugging everybody. 3rd grade teacher, 5 minutes. Oh, man.
Okay, we're going to have a movement in place to have Josh's jersey retired just to see that.
Yeah, man,
because then I'll get a shout out.
Yeah.
Will I get a shout out?
You will. But you know what? Before we even talk about that, Central High School got to retire me too, man. Like,
oh, there you go. That's got to happen first.
I love Central, like, no doubt. You know, I definitely, obviously, like, I'm honored to even be a part of this program. I don't think my jersey deserved to be retired for sure. But Central High School, though, you know.
If we played Evansville like 6 times a year, then your jersey would be retired.
You the man. For sure. Them was the days. But, yeah, I'm happy for Doug, man. I'm looking forward to Villanova. I am very nervous about
first Big East game. We got to get that 1-0 because then we get 10 days off.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Then and that's a dangerous game too because it's always a game before Christmas. Coaches are worried because guys are thinking about I'm getting on that plane going home.
That's true.
You know.
Yep, people already checked out, bro. Yep. Like, I'm being honest.
Now,
like,
the good thing is it's a conference game, so they probably won't be as checked out as they would if we were playing.
And Coach Mack is really good at putting you in a position where you can't.
If we were playing UNLV that game, or something.
Yeah, for sure.
But back to NOLA. So here's who they've beaten this year.
Yeah, tell me that.
UCLA. Good team, not great team. They're down this year. They lost again today. They beat a Memphis team who just knocked off Clemson.
Really? They beat Clemson?
Yeah, they beat Clemson today.
Really?
So Memphis not bad. North Carolina, they lost today too, but they're a good team.
Hey, don't you think Baycott ain't the same?
I've never been a big Baycott fan.
I can feel that. I just feel like
I think he has way more talent than he shows.
Respect.
You know what I mean?
I feel you. Yeah.
He should have a bigger impact on these games.
I can feel that. Yeah. I think he plays hard. I agree. It's like some unsatisfaction with something when he plays.
Yeah.
Like something's wrong.
And
but
then
anyway,
they beat Maryland and Texas Tech, who are okay teams.
Right.
But I'm just saying they knocked off those 5 teams, but then they lost 4 games. They lost them all to Philly teams.
I know.
Now St. Joe's, I think is pretty good this year. I think they're pretty good.
I think we got a guess, man. I think I see somebody ducking around, bro. Ryan Kalkbrenner is here. He's coming.
He's in the house.
He's in the house, man, for sure. I'm excited for it. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna talk to him about Dixon and all that stuff.
We can talk to him about Dixon.
Yeah, for sure.
This would be great.
Yeah,
I think the first thing we're going to talk to him about is an ankle, though. How's it feeling?
How is he feeling?
How's he feeling?
Right.
How's he doing? All that kind of stuff.
Yeah, whenever he ready, we ready.
But anyway, so we got a great lineup of guests coming up here in the next few days. So this is going to be awesome. As I said, we had Coach Lou tonight. We got Kalk. We got Stephen Ashworth. We got DK. We got JCW. Those are 5 great guests, man, coming up here in the next 5 days.
And if we get Doug, it's kind of like icing on the cake, right?
Yeah. Well, no. You're going to get Doug. Don't be saying if.
Yeah.
If you're coming in, you're getting if.
I got you.
Don't be doing that. Don't be doing that, Josh. Don't be doing that. All right, we're getting set for
watch your head, bro.
Player profile, and it's sponsored by CareMinders. CareMinders is our title sponsor. Terrific sponsor they are. If you're in need of care for a loved one, make sure you give CareMinders a call. And a lot of times, like Jim says over there, this only happens, on the spur of the moment. He goes, people don't reach out to us unless they need us. So maybe you're just curious about what they offer. So when that time comes, no problem. Give them a call. Go to caremindersnebraska.com or give them a call, 402-532-1383. That's caremindershomecare.com. And we have Mr. Ryan Kalkbrenner.
I didn't know you was going to come, man.
No, I knew he was coming.
I just had a little extra rehab to do before leaving the gym.
For sure.
We knew that, and that's what I told Josh. I said, he's got to rehab.
Yeah. Hey, so what happened, bro? Like when you fell?
I think stepped on someone's foot and it just rolled to the side, so sprained a little bit. It's fine. We'll be all right.
That's what's up.
So you were in the locker room the whole first half, like they just putting ice on it, doing treatment, wrapping it, and then you came out and you said you had 80%, right?
I don't know what percent I had.
That's what Lou said. That's what Lou said.
Lou.
I might give him enough percentage to win the game.
There you go. Yeah.
Well, you had a terrific second half. My God.
Yeah, for sure.
You were dominating with the blocks. That was a big key of the game because once you got that first block in the second half, they were testing you right away.
Yeah.
Once you got the first block in the second half, then they were like backing off. They were just dribbling around. They were like, didn't know what to do.
Yeah, it's definitely a different look. Fred does a good job.
He be holding it down now.
He be holding it down, but he's still learning. He's gonna be a great player. So, but he's gonna be great.
Hey, well, this is great tonight. Talk about Fred. You had Isaac at the 5, and you had Jason at the 5, who wasn't feeling well. And Jason got a huge put. I don't know if you saw it. He got a huge putback in the first half.
I was talking to Jason before the game. I was like, "You gonna play tonight, buddy?" He's like, "Probably not." He was ready though.
He was.
Hey, let me ask you this. It seems like to me this year only and alone, you getting everybody best shot, bro.
Oh yeah.
It feels different to me. Like, kind of talk about like how these games have been for you, and what's the difference between this year competing against everybody at the 4 and 5 spot versus last year?
I think last year obviously we had a little hype. I think this year is a little more, but you just get everyone's like best shot, and you really get tested and you grow as a team because like those teams can come give their best shot against us, and they
go lose by 30 tomorrow.
Lose by 30 or beat a team by 30, whatever it is, but we got to go bring our best every single night because that's the other teams bringing their best every single night. So I think that's good for us in the long run. You learn to be consistent and really bring it every single day, which, in March is going to help you because you have a day. When you're not consistent, you're going home. So this is going to be great for us.
Right.
So I want you, we were discussing this earlier. Like, we had 3 Big East. You recognize the refs, right? They're Big East refs.
Yep.
And we just thought, man, Wednesday against Villanova, half those fouls they're not going to call. It's going to be more physical.
It's going to be physical,
Did you kind of feel that as the game started out? You're like, wow, they're being calling everything close. We got to kind of watch it here.
Yeah, I mean, I think with the way we approach the game, we always try not to foul. Some teams are aggressive and they just take the fouls just because they think being aggressive is worth it, and that works for some teams. For us, we try not to foul. So, anytime ref might be a little more picky about it, as long as they're picky both ways, it doesn't matter to me. But once you get that feeling, you definitely learn to take it a little more careful.
Big key in the game. Game was tied. I think 62 or 64 piece. You guys went on 4-0. The end of it was they nailed a bounce pass into you for you running the floor with the dunk.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about that play.
Well, Mac's always telling me to run the floor, and so I try my best sometimes, but other times I get tired. But
I told you.
on that play, though, like Grant Nelson was running right behind me, so I got the bounce pass. I pump faked it, and then he was nowhere to be found. Apparently, he went to go to a shooter because that's where he thought Steven was passing it to. So I pump faked the air on that one, but still worked out for me.
Yeah, for sure. What do you think about I was talking about like physicality and aggressiveness. How do you feel about like teams playing you guys tougher from an aggressiveness standpoint? And do you feel like that is what like has some momentum? The ULV lost to Colorado. The Mountain West losses.
Mm-hmm.
And a little bit of – they wasn't as aggressive tonight with the physicality, but they were pushing up on you guys. Mm-hmm. Do you think those things are like the reasons of effectiveness of the games y'all lost, or do you think it's more y'all?
What the hell's with the Mountain West, huh?
I don't know.
Yeah, like what is it? Is it them with the physicality, or is it y'all with something just being off?
I think it's a little bit of both. Obviously, when you're not hitting shots, then it's easier for the other team to be more physical because when you're hitting shots, you can break the physicality a lot easier. So I think the biggest thing for us is just learning how to deal with it when we're not making shots, either on the defensive end or, just find other ways to score. But some of it's definitely us, and some of it's something we got to learn from, but we'll be all right with it.
I respect it.
I was telling people I was at practice yesterday, and you guys just had an air of everything's fine. Okay.
That's Coach Mack how he is, though.
Well, yeah. Well, Coach Mack said that. He goes, fans may be panicking. I'm not.
No, he never panicked, bro.
But none of that. You had a really good idea of what Alabama was going to do. I felt like you guys really had a good plan going into this game.
Yeah. Well, first with the not panicking part, when I got subbed out at the end of UNLV, he pulls me aside and he's like, we're going to watch the film and we're going to learn from it, but I'm not going to overreact. So let's just he said that in the moment I'm really frustrated in that game, and he's telling me let's not overreact to us. Let's just learn.
Is, though.
Yeah,
that's big time.
It's great. He's awesome with that stuff. But then as far as knowing what Alabama does, the coaches always do a great job of getting the scouting report, telling us what they're going to do, and it's just they give us all the answers we need. We just got to go out there and do it. So I think we did a good job as a team of taking away the things the coaches want us to take away. So
I got to ask you. So Mitch and DK yesterday were going out of bounds plays.
Mm-hmm.
They're rattling off so much. I'm sitting there trying to take it all in. Like, how can these guys? And I'm looking at you guys, and you're just like, yeah, we got it.
Yeah.
Is it sometimes just so overwhelming that you're like, look, when we're on the court, we'll handle it.
I think when you play basketball for so long, you just learn the general terms, and he calls out a play, and you're like, okay, this is generally what's going to happen. So you kind of know. We got our defensive principles anyway. So you got your certain ways you're going to guard everything the same, or certain things the same way. So he just calls out a bunch of stuff. We see the action one time. We're like, okay, we got it.
Yeah. Right.
Wow, Trey was big time today.
Trey is huge. He's a great player.
He was big time. He kind of had about 2 or 3 kind of like what we consider off games because we're normally used to him just with that fadeaway 10-footer nailing it, and he was missing them. And he was knocking him down tonight.
Yeah, no, he's great. I wasn't worried about him for a second. Talk about us as a team in general getting people's best shot. He's getting the other team's best defender's shot.
They're trying to shut him down.
Yeah, it was funny actually. The game against Loyola, he heard one of the coaches or players say, I don't care if we lose as long as you don't get 20.
I feel you. Yeah.
Like,
sometimes people do that.
Yeah, I was like, that's a silly.
Oh, there it was. This is the SEC Network, so they've been just showing Alabama highlights, but there was the Baylor pass to you for the dunk on that run.
That's funny. Hey, I want to transition to Villanova real fast.
Yeah.
So, reflecting on last year, thinking about who they got Justin Moore and they got Eric Dixon still. I talked to you about this last year. I kind of feel like Eric Dixon always want to bring his best against you. And I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think he kind of got your number. And the reason why I say that is because I feel like he be trying to pull you out to the three-point line a lot and try to, like, play you from the three-point line or whatever. What's your take on what I'm saying? And, like, how have you improved from last year to this year to defend a big on a three-point line versus not?
Yeah, I think just last year, especially during the regular season matchups, we knew he was a pretty good shooter and he might hit one or two and we'll live with it. And then obviously in the second game, he became Steph Curry for a game. So credit to him for being.
But self-confidence, though.
Yeah. So like in my head, I'm going. Obviously, our game plan is not to take away that specific shot because you can't take away everything. But after that game, you got to look at it and go, okay, what do we do different? And I think we adjusted to it really, really good when we played them in the Big East tournament.
Yeah, I was there.
Because we did a lot better job of me, like just being able to guard the ball screen and then get back. And part of that's just knowing that he's more capable than we might have thought at the beginning of the year.
Okay.
So just having a good mindset. But I obviously didn't do a great job at Villanova, but we really made some good adjustments for the tournament.
Was that last year at home where he knocked down all those? That was 2 years ago, right?
That was last
year.
That was last year
after.
At Villanova.
At Villanova.
Yeah.
Okay.
Last year at home with Sonoda was knocking them all down.
Yeah, that one we were like, we'll let him shoot him if he hits them, and he hit three. So it was like, credit to him.
Do you remember this might have been like when you first came. Remember I was in your Mac office with you? I was like, bro, forget Mac, shoot them threes. Like, you remember that conversation?
Yeah, I think I do.
Like, I really think, man, like, the few you take, man, like, are huge, bro. Like.
Yeah, I think I got no problem taking them this year. I just toward the beginning of the year, I think teams were more willing to sag off me. Maybe it's just been the teams we play and how they play. They've been a little more pressuring me on the line. And, I'm probably never going to be the guy to take, like, crazy, difficult shots.
No,
but if I'm open,
you don't need to.
Yeah, but if I'm open, I'm letting that thing fly.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. Yeah. Let it fly, right?
Imagine that. Josh wants you to shoot three.
I've been saying that. But look at him. Like, I mean, put some respect on his jumper, man. He going to shoot some things.
I'm a three-point guy.
All right. Yeah. But no, I
do like it when he
just think back,
down
like,
and slams it over their head.
You've came so far, bro. Like, did you ever think in your college basketball career that you would have the accolades that you have today?
I don't know. Like, obviously, as a competitor, you go into college, you're like, I want to be as good as I can be.
Yeah, for sure.
But like that freshman and sophomore year, I was like thinking about what internships can I do.
Yeah, this guy is crazy.
And then all of a sudden, like basketball, like I got the opportunity with USA basketball, and then sophomore year took off, and then all of a sudden I was like, wait a minute, I can do something with this basketball.
Yeah, right. No doubt. Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, bro, like you might not even know it. They do consider you guys a big three, yourself, Trey, and Baylor. But this team is on your shoulders a little bit, man. Like, I don't know if you understand that or not. When you go down, everybody starts panicking. I'm just going to keep it real with you. Like, what are we going to do now?
Yeah,
like,
I know it looks a little different, but, those guys, Baylor and Trey and all of them, they can hold it down for a little bit.
They can.
They're really talented, really
They
good.
did tonight. Yeah, for sure.
No, they're great. Yeah. So I'm not worried when I go out if they need to hold it down for a little bit.
Right.
But I feel more comfortable when I'm out there.
Tell everybody, because we sometimes, we're so focused on the basketball part. Tell everybody what you're majoring in.
I majored in management and minored in biology, and I'm doing a grad certificate in sports leadership this year.
Whoa. Okay.
I can see that.
So what do you want to do when your basketball career's over?
Be rich. Go ahead. Don't worry about me.
He's already rich.
Yeah.
Be smart with my money and then not have to work. No. I don't know what I want to do after basketball. I want to do something to keep myself busy and whatnot, but I honestly don't know.
Really? Okay.
Did you ever see yourself coaching?
I could see myself coaching. I don't know, like, the travel that these college coaches be doing.
Hey, listen, I'm going to tell you this. I remember one time, it was twice in my career that I was like, I don't know if I want to be a college basketball coach. Coach Dana Altman was my coach here at the time, and we got off. We had a tough loss. He was on a plane watching film the whole time, and when he got off, he stayed. And we got there at 3 in the morning and had practice at 6. And then there was another time with Coach Mack where he watched film on the plane. We went home, and I was like, hey, Coach, how was your night? It's like, man, I was watching you make dumb plays, you know? And that, you know, Mac, you know?
Yeah.
But I was just thinking, like, looking back on it, like, man, like, the hours and times. Like, I commend the wives and the families, bro, because it's a grind.
I don't know how they do it.
Yeah,
I don't know how
and
they
that's
do it.
why I respect him, and I consider him
wife
one of the
gets mad.
greatest.
She's like, there's another Creighton game tonight you got to go to. And I'm like, I
Yeah.
can't imagine what the coach is going
I
to
know,
do.
yeah.
You know?
But
It's
that's
like,
why I think Mac is one of the greats, bro. He care about y'all team so
Yeah.
much, man. It'll make no sense.
Yeah, the dedication they have to, like, they really want to see us succeed, and they're going to prepare as good as they can prepare to get us ready. So
Right.
they're great. I love them all.
You know, Trey wants to be a coach.
Trey
I
does.
just found that out.
I can't see him.
about a week
You can?
ago.
You know,
He's
I
soft
can say
spoken, man.
He's soft spoken, but he's so smart, man. So,
Yeah.
you know, he'll grow into being more loud.
For sure.
When
Yeah,
Matt
for sure.
found that out, he pulled him aside and said, I can't wait till you leave your feet. And then I pull you over and go, now what would Coach Alexander do?
Right. That's funny, bro.
Yeah. So, Villanova, you know, that's normal. Well, Josh and I were just talking before he came in. Normally, sometimes that game before Christmas is a non-conference game. You guys are already thinking about, heading home, da-da-da. This is a Big East game, so it's a little bit different, right? So this is number 1 in Big East season.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, we got to stay locked in because these games, like, matter a little
more.
count for a little more now.
Yeah.
So I think we're all, obviously, everyone's excited for a Christmas break, but we had the game on Christmas last year.
Yep.
So, you know, that kind of got us used to being focused and get to break afterwards. So we'll be locked in for the next few days of practice and then enjoy ourselves. And
Plus, a little unusual, 10 days between games.
Yeah.
You know,
Dang.
usually there's 5, 6. It's 10 days.
You
so
know what I don't miss about
You guys are
that?
going to have a nice break.
Y'all gonna run. Y'all gonna run. He gonna run y'all.
we're an old team. We got lots of miles on our body already.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hey, listen, there's 2 people I was jealous of. Grant Gibbs and Doug McDermott. Doug barely practiced because he played so many minutes, and Grant was always riding the exercise bike. Yeah. I play like 22, 23, you know. But he still practiced me, man.
We used to interview Grant all the time and say, Grant, he's just
Yeah, bro, he used to be on that bike.
I just tell him, I'm in my 5th year. I just tell him I got a bad
Yeah,
knee,
man.
I don't have to practice.
Things have changed, man, for real. For the better, though. For the better.
Yeah.
Kalk, thanks for coming by.
Yeah, you the man, bro. Good game today, 100%, bro.
Great
Always
game.
nice talking to
Absolutely
you.
great game. Try and block one of those Dixon threes this year.
We'll just run them off the line this time.
Yeah, right.
There you
Exactly.
go, man.
All right, thanks,
man.
guys.
Thanks, Kalk. Really appreciate it. That's Ryan Kalkbrenner. Center had a great game tonight. Just fantastic. After a bad ankle in the first half, came back and gosh, what did he had 19 and 8 tonight.
It didn't seem like it.
It was a tremendous effort.
Yeah, right. But look, though, all his baskets were like effort plays.
I know it.
Like, it wasn't – he had a
great
few
effort.
little dump ins when we had momentum, man, but the effort was there tonight, 100%.
Yeah. If you look at our center, if you throw in obviously Fred, we had what did we have? We had 11 rebounds and we had 21 points. That's pretty good
Fred,
for
man,
Dick.
is solid.
Yeah.
That guy comes in, and he's a sophomore or a junior? Gosh. I mean, this guy comes in and he, like Kalk said, he holds it down this year. Like last year, he was raw talent, not saying he didn't,
I've said this. Fred could probably start for 250 teams in
I guarantee
Division
he could. Yeah, but he's playing against a defensive player of the year.
Yeah.
Man, I mean,
He's learning a lot, too.
And he
Yeah.
comes in the game, and nobody is worried about a drop-off. Everybody cheers his effort. He plays hard.
right,
And
well,
he's getting them
We can't
nice
thank
dunks.
everybody enough. We want to thank Kalk's appearance here. Godfather's Pizza. Go to godfathers.com, order your pizza online, or stop by your nearest location. You know, they have feasts to feed your whole family. Abundant top pizzas, loaded with mozzarella, abundantly top quality toppings. And then, you know, they have wings, cheese sticks, dessert, and more. Everything for your family. It's a pizza you can't refuse. So go to Godfathers today, godfathers.com. Sign up today and get your pizza ordered to your house for that next Creighton road game, which will be Marquette on the 30th. Oh, right on the holidays. It's perfect.
That's going to be fun.
Saturday night.
That's going to be fun,
Saturday
man.
night in Marquette, baby.
Yeah, that's going to be excellent.
Great.
Yeah, 100%.
We want to thank Kalk so much for showing up.
Yeah, for sure.
Great
He's a nice guy. He always come through.
And Coach Lou as well. Like I said, Bluejay Banter on Monday night. It'll be our last Bluejay Banter show of the 2023.
See you next year.
So we're going to have DK with us.
Yep.
Big special treat for everybody. We're going to ask him some Cal.
Derek Rose, Calipari, UMass, Marcus Camby.
Yes.
So much to talk about with that guy.
We could talk to him for a couple hours.
Yeah, for sure.
And then next Wednesday, don't forget, it's the Villanova game. Doug's jersey being raised to the rafter. Game time is 8, but you want to be there at 7:30. We're going to have Stephen Ashworth as our player.
Yep.
We're going to have JCW, Jalen Courtney Williams here, assistant coach, here with us to talk after the game. And then as well, Josh is going to go out, grab Doug, and bring him in here.
I am. He going to hold it down. Don't worry, bro.
Yeah. I love it, Josh.
I got you. That's my guy. He
All
always
right.
come through for me.
All right. I know we will. And Doug has loved Bluejay Banter over the years.
He has.
He has.
I know.
Because we started that quest for greatness. He just loved
I
that.
know.
He
yeah.
ate that
He going
up.
to talk about it.
He
yeah.
ate that up.
Yeah, that alone. I'm going to text him when I get out.
All right. So thanks for joining us. By the way, hit that subscribe button. It helps us so much. And share it with all your friends. Tell them, hey, Kalk was on his show.
Right.
After his injury, he still came here on the Bluejay Banter Let It Fly postgame show and knocked it out of the park. So do that. Thanks, everybody. Everybody have a great
Appreciate you,
weekend.
fam.
We will see you on Monday.